I'm here to tell you people about me.
We're Bison! We're Bison! We are in Bison! We're Bison! We're ready to get up! We want to win! Light the fire of power that make us free! We never break down! We want to win! We are in Bison, the best team!
Hello and welcome back to TNI-UK Impacted, episode 108, coming to you live via the Total Nonstop Impact Network on YouTube and, of course, Twitch. I am your host, Bison, and today I'm joined by the one and only Joker. Hello, buddy. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not bad. I have to say, come back, Steve. All is forgiven. The stuff going on at the moment. I don't know. Obviously, not sure which intro is for our show there, but there you go.
No, I had it ready. It's just the it's all using the laptop without so it's difficult without the mouse. So the touchscreen on the laptop and the pad. It's just such a pain in the ass. You can tap it lightly, and it automatically. It's not like you double click it with a mouse.
Okay, I'm cool. If that's your excuse, that's your excuse.
Oh, it's a pain.
My excuse would be I've got sausage fingers, but if that's your excuse, that's fine.
Yeah, it's hard enough.
I'm all good.
My right hand's partially paralyzed too, so my fingers don't work properly.
Okay. Fair enough. There's the excuses. Excuses out the way. We can now get on with the show. But guys, make sure if you're new to the channel, you like what you see so far, then consider smashing that subscribe button and, of course, giving us a thumbs up. And, of course, don't forget, if you like the content, if you like what we're doing, don't forget to throw us a few super stickers here and there. We do appreciate it. It all goes to help pay for the production of the show. And maybe we could get a producer in and replace Joe at some point. Who knows?
Come back, Steve.
Come back, Steve. All is forgiven. No, we appreciate it, guys. We really, really do. But it's good to be back this week. Lots of stuff to talk about. It was a fantastic show last week. Absolutely fantastic show of Impact Wrestling. So there's a few things to talk about there. And, of course, we've had a few other things going on in the world of Impact or in the world of wrestling as well over the past week or so. So plenty to talk about. I just want to say a quick hello to Courtney, Anna, Terrence, I've noticed, is joining us in the chat as well.
Hi,
so
Terrence.
If you're in the chat, make sure that you give us a quick hello. So it's nice to see the three of you already here already. I'm sure there's a couple of others out there as well. But don't forget to just say hello, and then we can give you a shout out.
Yeah.
But guys, thank you for joining us early on from the start. It's always a pleasure to have you guys in the house. Right. Let's get cracking, man. Let's get cracking, because I'll tell you what, we got a load of stuff to talk about today. PJ Black defeats Yuya Uemura on BTI to progress to the second round of the X Division tournament, Joe. What a match. This was a great match to for BTI, wasn't it? It was a great one.
Absolutely incredible match. Uemura is one of the most best drop kicks I've seen since Pintaguja, and going before him, Randy Orton probably had one, like a really, really crisp flipping drop kick like that. But my God, I thought Uemura was going to go through and we get him versus Black Taurus. So to have PJ Black win, that was a really, really bold move, because given that Uemura's over from New Japan, he's on the whole New Japan tour and that. So I assume they'd let him go further for just to add it. But now I think this might be his departure from Impact Wrestling now, but maybe this was me thinking too negatively.
Possibly.
But PJ Black versus Black Taurus, that's going to be amazing. But this whole match was fantastic. It was a good 15 minutes long, which made it even better. So
and
you
there
really
was just
got
loads.
Yeah, and there was
you just
so
got
much
to see everything, didn't you?
Yeah, and we even got shout out for Justin Gabriel there, and PJ Black told the guy in the audience to fuck off.
Yeah, that was brilliant. Yeah, that was so good. But can I just quickly say hello to Bonus Baby and of course Barry Monkeys in the chat as well. And
Welcome,
Bonkers has
guys.
joined us today, which is fantastic. I love the fact that Barry seems to think that PJ Black has morphed into Johnny Swinger's twin. Well, kind of, I guess. Well, because they've got a goatee beard. I don't know. I would say his look is a little bit more like Alex Zane, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah,
Yeah, they got very similar, with the curly moustache and the goatee and all that.
yeah,
I thought it was really good. But what's interesting, the fact that PJ Black is one just goes to show that he could be around for a little bit longer than just a cup of coffee. So, and also he's been tweeting lots of stuff with regards to Impact Wrestling. So it's great to see. Hopefully he'll be around for a little while. So I think that was great. That's a good start. That was definitely a good start to the night. That's for sure, wasn't it?
it was fantastic starts of the night.
Yeah, definitely. Bonkers. Unfortunately, Steve is unwell at the moment, so he's still. I don't think he's out of hospital yet, so he's still unwell. I'm sure if you want to throw him a few good well wishes on Twitter or something like along those sort of lines, he would be appreciative of that. Keeping your prayers. He's doing okay. He's on the mend. So hopefully he'll be back soon. He'll be back soon, I'm sure. Now. Also, we then hit Monday, right? Because I'm going to split up. I'm going to split up the night a little bit. On Monday night, Mia Yim turns up on Raw and joins the OC. Now, I don't think anyone was expecting that. I think we all thought that there was a possibility that she might be going back to WWE. There've been a few rumors flying around, but I didn't expect her to turn up alongside the Good Brothers and, of course, AJ Styles. I guess if you're going to bring Mia Yim in, then be on the side of AJ Styles, one of the top guys in the company. That's the way to do it. So, unfortunately, she didn't really get much of a pop, I heard, but it's a shame because I think she's got so much to offer. Amazing talent, and I hope we get to see the best of her now. Like we've seen already. I mean, we've seen some of her fantastic matches. So I hope that the WWE Raw audience get to see how good Mia Yim actually is in the coming weeks and months.
Well, they at least get to see what she was. They saw what the best of her in NXT, and Ben that was under Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and William Regal's tutelage. As soon as Vince McMahon brought her up to Raw or SmackDown or whatever, she just brushed her under the carpet and forgot about her. So to come back and go with the former Good Brothers and AJ Styles, that's a fucking smart move by Triple H. So hats off to him for that. I'm not surprised or disappointed she's gone back to WWE. I'm sad. It's sad to see her not come back to Impact Wrestling, but she's made the smart decision and she's made the right decision. She's gone back there for, in her words, get some retribution from the fans. And the audience apparently was pretty dead the entire night as well. So it wasn't just for Mia Yim. So everyone's quick to jump the gun and say that all WWE fans aren't interested in Mia Yim. It's been apparently during the entire night the crowd was pretty dead on air, but at the event itself. It's always different though.
Of course. I mean, we often hear that. We often hear people talking about Impact crowds being dead, but their crowd was a little bit dead as well at the same time. I'm not sure. Courtney saying weren't those for a team on Impact or TNA? Do you know what? I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure. If Critical Sting's in the chat this week, I'm sure he'll know the answer to that one.
AJ Styles was with the Bullet Club when the Gallows and Anderson were there, wasn't? I'm pretty sure they were all together, but I don't think that was all New Japan Pro Wrestling. But I don't think there's ever been a woman in the Bullet Club, and I don't think they've been together on Impact Wrestling. I know.
I don't think so.
Doc Gallows has been in Aces and Eights as well, but AJ Styles wasn't involved in that, to my knowledge.
No, he basically told them to go and fuck themselves, didn't he? If we remember.
Yeah.
No. So it was a bit of a shock to see her turn up so quickly. But good luck to her. We love Mia. All the best, and hope it works out well. I'm pretty sure that she's still pretty young. So I'm pretty sure we'll see her back home at Impact at some point in the future. So good luck, Mia. Let's hope that the WWE audience see what we see. But there you go, we'll see. Now it's been in the all over the socials over the last sort of couple of weeks, really, and I hadn't mentioned it until now, but I thought I would. Of course, Deonna Purrazzo's contract negotiations have actually started. Obviously, her contract's starting to come to an end towards the end of this year. So, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed, Deonna stays with Impact Wrestling. We want to keep her with us, so let's make sure that we let Deonna know that we want her to stay. She is an amazing part of the Knockouts roster.
I am the greatest.
I agree. She is the fucking great. She's definitely in the top 5 female wrestlers in the world today. So it'd be great to keep her as part of the Knockouts locker room. She certainly helps keep that locker room right up there as well. Now, Bonkers is saying that Chelsea Green got tomorrow match and a match at NWA Hard Times at the weekend. Not sure where Chelsea's going. Well, actually, it's not actually been... nobody's sort of kind of confirmed she has gone. So let's just wait and see on that one. Both Joe and I want to wish happy birthday to friend of the show, Jade Chung. It was her birthday this week, so happy birthday, Jade.
Happy birthday, Jade.
Keep doing what you're doing. You are amazing. Keep doing what you're doing.
It's such a privilege to meet her, and it was such a privilege to meet Jet as well. We got to meet the mini walking weapon. Jade was the official first official guest when we've had regular guests on interviews and stuff. So it really means a lot to for her to continue showing her support to everyone here. So thank you, Jade, and again, happy birthday.
There you go. Going back to this past week on Impact, Mike Bailey defeats Kenny King in the first round of the X Division tournament. So Mike Bailey's obviously going forward to the second round. We'll talk about it a little bit later, but he'll be facing Trey Miguel on Thursday. So tomorrow night on Impact, I should say. But what a great rematch this was, wasn't it?
Yeah, this was amazing.
Yeah.
It was a massive opener, and this was so much more crisp than I expected. But then Maria wasn't ringside too, so there was less attention on Maria. But Kenny King was like in a different element altogether. It was like Kenny King of old, like I'd seen back in Ring of Honor, because I'd missed all of his time in Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
I did catch him in Ring of Honor, and he looked incredible then. But Mike Bailey, God, he just never fails to impress me. He's such an amazing wrestler, such an amazing athlete, and some of the stuff that him and Kenny King did on the outside the ring, that moonsault, without even looking where Kenny King actually was. It was literally just a leap of faith. You better be there to catch me, or else I'm going to break my fucking neck. Type.
Yeah, no, that was mental.
My jaw dropped. So I was like, oh, God. It's scary enough watching him jump from the turnbuckle, jump from the corner of the rope, and do it that way. But to at least then you have you give them a bit more of a chance to get in position. But this was just insane.
It was absolutely mental. It was an amazing match. And again, I'm glad that Kenny King is sticking around for a while. He's a fantastic wrestler, a fantastic veteran to have in your locker room. Can I just say a quick thank you to Punk there for dropping us a super sticker? Really appreciate it. Thank you. There you go. You've got an old baby for that bad boy. So thank you ever so much. And Bonkers, you're right. Like, I agree with that. I have a funny feeling that if PJ Black is staying around, that he's going to end up winning the tournament, and we're going to end up with PJ Black as the X Division champion. I just got this feeling on that one. And yes, bonus baby, that's right. I saw something about that. Chelsea said that she's not been contacted by WWE recently, and she's got indie bookings right the way through to March 2023. I also saw something where I think Deonna Purrazzo posted something about VXT not going anywhere anywhere soon or something. So that's good news as well. So I think you're right. I think the reason the rumor's gone out there that because of the last set of tapings that she's finished up with the company is because of the match she had with Mickie James. Because I'm assuming, I'm going to assume here that Mickie probably wins because we know it can't be the end of her last rodeo yet. So maybe they were thinking that was her sort of way out of the company as they did something similar with Mia Yim. But that doesn't necessarily ring true, does it? But great to see J-Bone in the house.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Hope you settled down all right now in your new place, J-Bone.
Sorry, say it again.
I hope you settled down all right now in his new place. I've not heard a lot.
Oh yes, the new Smash This podcast cave. That's right.
Yeah.
He's got his new office, so that should be pretty good. But looking forward to see what's going on with that. And I'm, there's loads and loads of stuff going on at the moment all over the socials. It's it really is a fantastic time to be a wrestling fan. And like you say, Punk, what I'm just going by what Deanna posted, personally. That's what we saw. I'm pretty sure that I think we might see a little bit more of VXT, but we'll just have to, we'll wait and see. So it all sort of pans out. And it's great to see, hopefully, we can cross the fingers. Hopefully they'll be sticking around a little bit longer, which would be good. We also had a bit of a Twitter war this week. I don't know whether you guys saw this, but it was pretty prominent between Brian Myers and, of course, the one that we all believe in, Mr. Joe Hendry. We all believe in Joe, don't we? We all believe in Joe. So it was fantastic to see a bit of a Twitter war. Now the question is, tomorrow night on Impact Wrestling, when Joe and Brian go one-on-one for the title for the Digital Media Championship, will we get one of Joe's famous songs about Brian Myers?
Please.
I just have a feeling that it's going to happen. I have a feeling it's going to happen. What do you think, Joe?
I really do hope it's going to happen. I would. The last one I saw was when he did one for Scotty Tiotti when he wrestled him, and I couldn't stop laughing. It was so funny, and even Scott was having a hard time keeping a straight face while he's in the ring, and Joe Hendry's on the ramp singing it. And taking the piss out of him and Rikishi and Grandmaster Sexay. And the only reason why everyone knew who Scotty Twighty was because of Rikishi's fat ass and all that time.
That was funny. That was funny.
Some of the videos Joe Hendry's done in the past, some of them have been really, really savage, but they're just so funny as well. You almost forget that at the time he's playing a heel role. It's like his inspiration for a lot of his work, like he said in his interview with Tommy Dreamer, was when The Rock came back from Hollywood and he started to do all the musical stuff in the ring. Like he did that song for Vicky Guerrero, the Eric Clapton cover for Vicky Guerrero. It's like things that you forget then The Rock was actually a babyface character, but he's an asshole. He's an asshole with babyface. So he just goes and insults Vicky Guerrero for like 10 minutes with this song. And moments like that.
Yeah.
If Joe Hendry can create something like that, that's going to keep a lot of people really, really into Impact Wrestling, and I'm looking forward to it. I know they were hoping to go that step when he was there before, but obviously his visa ran out, so everything went down the drain for a little while. But it seems to be going for the better because we believe in Joe Hendry.
Exactly. Let's sing it. We believe in Joe Hendry. Yeah, and then we got Sway. Come on. Get in there, Joe. Let's get
side to side.
Get Sway going.
I believe in Joe Hendry. Sammy's like, what the fuck are you doing? Sammy's on Brian Myers' side.
Joe Hendry. Yeah, no, it's going to be great. So I'm looking forward to that. And I just want to quickly answer. I think somebody put something. Let me just check what they wrote before I say anything. Asking something to do with Nick Aldis, I think. Let me have a look in there. Bison, Nick Aldis would beg to differ. I don't know what that's on, but anyway, with regards to Nick Aldis, of course, he handed in his notice recently at NWA, and then was suspended, which I find quite strange. But there you go. At the end of the day, do I see Nick Aldis come into the Impact? Yeah, I probably do. And even though I'm not the biggest fan, and I've said this several times, I am not the biggest fan of Nick Aldis. I find him a little bit boring. But if in 2023, Impact in 10 coming back to the UK, then bringing in Nick Aldis will probably be a really good thing. So, who knows? Maybe Nick Aldis will turn up at Impact. Maybe, in 2023. We'll just have to wait and see. But if he does, great.
Did you see what Billy Corgan said that pissed him off though?
What? I didn't. No, I didn't.
Billy Corgan basically questioned if any of the women any women out there could wrestle NWA style and main event and carry that momentum to be main event worthy. And then he's got twats like Tyrus and Trevor Murdoch in as his championship contenders and
as his main eventers.
Yeah,
I mean, Trevor Murdoch's a great wrestler. Don't get me wrong. Trevor Murdoch is a great wrestler. I'm not going to take nothing away from that.
No,
Tyrus is shit.
Yeah,
right? He is shit. So, not.
He's
not the best move.
It's like him. It's like
mate, how can you say that there are no main event players in the women's scene right now? Last week we had a main event, this week we're going to have a women's main event on Impact Wrestling. It's going to be Jordan Grace versus Giselle Shaw. Even Lance Storm has been pumping this one up.
Yeah.
This is going to be a banger. So, at the end of the day, Billy Corgan, you are a prick, mate.
Yeah,
he's got
Chelsea Green and Taya Valkyrie's the NWA Women's Champion at the moment, and he's questioning whether or not she can be main event worthy. We've got a guest here, guys. Are you ready for this?
Okay,
ready to meet our guest?
Go on. Who we got? Steve!
How you doing?
How you doing, buddy?
Not too bad. How are you doing?
Good. We're doing good, man. We're doing good.
Missing you, mate.
Yeah, where are you? Where are you right now?
Still in the same place I've been for the last 3 weeks, but hopefully we're getting there.
You're on the mend.
Fingers crossed. I'm missing all you guys over there.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. So we were just, and I know that you might have an opinion on this one. We were just, have you seen the stuff with regards to Billy Corgan? Nick Aldis obviously handed his notice to NWA. And Billy Corgan stating about the, there's no female wrestlers that could basically main event NWA and wrestle NWA style. What are your thoughts on that?
It's a mess, isn't it? Yeah, it's like I think like a lot of people have said, it's like, well, what is the NWA style?
Yeah, it's not like the X Division, Billy. It's
Tyrus. Tyrus.
I mean, and it's like, why do you have to contain yourself to a style?
Yeah.
No, I agree with that 100%. I agree with that 100%. I don't really know what the NW style is, other than, big fat blokes fighting. I don't know. I don't really know what it is. So it's just meat slapping meat matches, is it? Something along those lines?
I guess so. I mean, I used to watch the NWA when it started. I found it quite enjoyable, but yeah, since like the last sort of year or so, I've kind of tuned out of it.
Yeah, it's sort of gone. It's gone downhill big time. Can I just say a quick hello to John Masado, who's just turned up in the chat there? Obviously, bonus is there as well, and Ashley Rose has turned up as well.
Hello,
great to see Ashley in the chat. One of the newest members of the TNI family. Make sure you go and check out I think was it
We Talk Indies.
We Talk Indies. That's it. I was watching it earlier today, so I should have remembered that. Really good job. Make sure you go and check that out. Recently, obviously, joined the TNA.
I watched it last
family,
night. I really enjoyed it last night.
Yeah, well, those guys have a lot of fun. Those guys have a lot of fun. So it's great to have them on board with with the TNI family. So welcome to the family, and appreciate
Oh,
you
here we
coming in
go.
and supporting us today as well.
Bonus Baby's got a question for you. Bison.
What's that? What's
What are
your
your
thought on Tyrus? Well, he's just shit, isn't he? Really? He's just a big lump. He's just a big lump of shit.
Yeah.
That's what he is.
I'll just say this. I'm glad he's in NWA and he left Impact.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
He couldn't work a ladder in Impact Wrestling, so
yeah. Come on. Seriously. How did that guy how did we keep him for so long? Obviously his best mate was politicking behind the scenes, I guess. I don't know, but Jesus Christ, he was definitely, his best days were behind him in WWE as the dancing fucking.
Oh, that thing was ridiculous.
What was he called? The Brodosaurus or something?
The Funkasaurus Brodus Clay. I remember it because I remember 6 months of this promo saying that this guy's coming to get you, and he was like this big, fatter, nastier version of Taz, in my opinion, was what I was thinking. He comes on, and it's like some fucked up version of The Godfather meets Rikishi, and I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck is this? And literally just thinking, like the next 5 minutes, like, what the fuck is all this? What the hell is this? And the match is over. It's like,
just shit.
What the
Tyrus is a big pile of suck. Oh, there you go, Terrence. Tyrus sucks ass. Do you know what he is? Talking about the Funkasaurus, right? Do you remember Jurassic Park, right? The very first Jurassic Park film, right?
Not forget Jurassic Park?
And they're going around on the car thing, and they hear a bit of moaning or whatever it is, and they go into have a look to see what it is, and there's this ginormous pile of shit, Dino Duty, right? Dino Duty, and that was basically Tyrus laying down. That was Tyrus there. A big
There's a
pile of
soundbite
Dino
there, guys.
Duty.
Well, to get image together and a soundbite right there. Like I'm pretty sure I can dig up my Jurassic Park DVD somewhere and get it.
Terrible. Honest to God, he was terrible. But there you go. That's our thoughts on all of that, guys. That's our thoughts on all of that. But there you go. Now, listen, there's something else I wanted to say as well. So here's the thing. Last week on Impact Wrestling, we've still got roster members, including Chris Sabin and Shelley, warning Josh Alexander about Bully Ray. We all know that Bully Ray is going to stab anyone in the back. He's, why would Josh even be needing to trust him? At the end of the day, he's his opponent, isn't it? Or potentially, it's going to be his opponent at some point when the guy calls his shot. Or is he? Or is Steve Macklin? Is my boy, Mr. Mayhem himself, gonna end up winning that trophy?
I've got a
Bully
feeling
Ray.
That promo Steve Macklin cut this week, that had me thinking something's definitely going to give, and it might also then twig a change in Bully Ray as well. If we don't get Bully Ray versus Josh Alexander at Hard to Kill, which would be amazing, or if we even get Steve Macklin in that match because he takes the thing off of Bully Ray. So Bully Ray's like the legitimate number one contender on paper. That's in politicking his way into the match, and Steve Macklin's then still got the call your shot, so he calls his shot, So that's so Bully Ray does what Moose and everyone said he's going to be doing, is politic his way into the match. And we've still got, and then Steve Macklin's the legitimate contender. That would be amazing. Yeah. And
Joseph's mentioning that. Joseph back. Nice to see you, brother.
Good to see you.
He's saying maybe there's a three-way at Hard to Kill. Who knows?
Yeah,
it could be. And like Mir saying, Access TV doesn't even trust Bully. Nor does YouTube Insider trust Bully. Nobody trusts Bully.
No.
Why would you? Why would you?
No, I followed Bully's advice on how to get this thing started, and I ended up picking the wrong entrances twice.
Well, Norris has got an interesting point there. He's saying that he thinks that Tommy Dreamer is going to turn on Josh and help Bully win the title. I don't see it. I honestly don't even think Bully Ray's going to get a title shot. I honestly don't. But there you go.
That would be such a great way to end. That's like adds to kick off the year though. If Tommy Dreamer goes full blown heel and really pisses everybody off, That would be such an amazing angle.
I don't see. I just think the most amazing thing would be that all the naysayers, when Bully, at Bound for Glory wins his Call Your Shot, all the naysayers that were going crazy about, Bully Ray this, Bully Ray that, you're bringing in an old guy, blah blah blah. I don't think Bully's even going to get a title shot. I honestly don't. I don't think it's going to happen, and that is going to be the biggest thing that actually turns everything and makes everybody that naysayed get egg on their face. That's why.
But then that's also Bully Ray. Like he's trying to do it the right way, and then he finds out why he never should have done it the right way. So
there you go.
At least he can end on a moral high ground and then turn into an absolute badass and say, "Don't say I didn't warn you guys."
And Courtney, I like Bully Ray too. I think Bully Ray is an incredible wrestler.
He's fantastic.
He's a great heel. He's getting on a bit in years, but he can still go. He can still go and he can still talk. Right. And he is one of the best heels of all time. He's a fantastic talker, he's a fantastic heel, and he's really good in the ring. So at the end of the day, whether you love him or whether you dislike him, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, he's good at what he does. And if you don't like him, that's probably because he's such a good heel. So he's doing his job. There you go. He's doing his job. And then Joseph is saying he wasn't that excited when he saw him, but have quite enjoyed the storyline so far. I agree. So there you go. So we got... am I saying he's going to do a theory? Oh, of course, that happened with this past week on WWE, didn't it? To be honest with you, I only watch highlights on that, so I can't really comment on that. But anyway, it's great to see loads of people in the chat. Don't forget, guys, if you like what you see, if you like what you hear, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget, if you're new, hit the subscribe. And of course, there's those lovely super stickers that we love so much. Don't forget to throw us a couple of those. We appreciate it. Now, guys, something else that happened this week, which I thought was absolutely brilliant. I loved every second of it. And I know you definitely listened to it as well, Joe. Josh Alexander had an amazing interview on the Kurt Angle show this week. If you have not heard or, watched it, because it's on YouTube as well. If you've not heard or watched it, you need to get over and check it out. Kurt Angle was extremely gracious and respectful towards Josh, and of course Josh was very respectful towards Kurt. As we all know, Kurt Angle is obviously one of Josh's heroes, and who he kind of based his whole kind of offense on as well. His style, everything about him is very Kurt Angle. So go and check it out. It's available on every single podcast outlet, and it is available on YouTube. So the Kurt Angle show, great interview. Josh Alexander, go and check it out. We then go back to this past week on Impact. Giselle Shaw drops VXT. And I think it was really cool the way she sort of kind of did this, but it was like literally just before they dropped her. And I thought this was a really good segment on the show. What did you think, Joe?
Oh, this is brilliant. We got to see such great character development from Giselle Shaw again, and from Chelsea Green as well. When the Deonna Purrazzo and Chelsea Green's reaction to Giselle Shaw breaking up with them was fantastic. With Giselle Shaw going around hanging out all the pictures of her with the Knockouts title, rubbing it in everyone's face that this is what's going to happen next. It's just such a great character development from Giselle Shaw since she's come on. Since she came on Upstage Lady Frost. So it's something there saying that I think feeling that something big's going to happen with Giselle Shaw, and my God, I didn't think it would be this big. So, and especially so close to the end of the year, she's on fire everywhere.
She's amazing. She's doing so well. She promotes Impact all over the place. She's put stuff all over the socials. She deserves a push. She deserves everything that she's getting from Impact Wrestling right now. So she's doing well, and of course, she's had a couple of false starts as well. Now she seems to be on a roll. It seems to be working really well. I think really, really well. She also had a bit of an interview as well. I think it was via Fightful possibly, where she was putting over that she would love a match with Gail Kim and and that kind of stuff, which was really cool. I don't think that happened, but no,
Gail Kim did mention it too, and she was really humbled by it as well. And she would love if she could, if she would. She said if she would. Or if she could, she would, which would be good, which would be nice to see. But I don't think it will happen. But it's still just nice to know that Gail Kim showing her appreciation and really, really bumping up Giselle Shaw as well.
Exactly, which is really good to see. They like one thing I love about the Impact roster is they all bump each other up. That's something that I spoke about with a certain inevitable one yesterday. Was that he was impressed at how all of the Impact roster just basically try and elevate each other, which I think is an amazing thing to see. And of course, that again relays on how we get such fantastic matches, such great storylines. The camaraderie within the Impact locker room is that good. We then get a match with Savannah Evans defeats the Death Dolls Jessica. Again, I wasn't too sure whether we were going to see that because obviously Jessica is pretty over with the audience with the fans at the moment. However, I think it's about time that we saw Savannah start to get a push, and I thought this match was really, really good. What did you think?
Because I'm sick.
Steve, did you catch this one up last week?
Yeah, no, I have caught up now. And yeah, like it's one of those where when you see it, it makes total sense because obviously there isn't really anyone lined up to take the tag title shot. So it makes total sense for Savannah to get the win here and possibly set up. I think have they announced the tag title shot yet?
Yes, they have.
They have announced it.
Yeah,
so like that now makes total sense, and hopefully this does lead to Savannah eventually breaking away.
Yeah, totally agree with that. And can I just say, if you haven't seen my interview with Jessica that I did about a month ago, go and check that out. It's available on the TNI network on YouTube and of course Twitch under TNI-UK. Go and check that one out. It's a really cool interview. Okay, so here's the next thing. Steve Macklin is clearly after the world title after his really cool promo, I think, last week. What were your thoughts on it? Go on, Joe. What are your thoughts?
The promo was fantastic. It was just to the point. I'm pissed off. Either give me a shot or get the fuck out my way. And it gave me that vibe that Eric Young does when he did the just him and the camera type promos where it's just so. And Sami Callihan, which is so cold. It's one of the best things about Impact Wrestling is their production. When they do interviews like that, they really, really do draw the attention straight onto the wrestler and especially their face. It's like you're looking them directly in the eyes every time they're doing it. So you really do feel like they're there in your face and making you feel intimidated rather than just being intimidating to the camera.
I still feel though that whenever they do a promo with Macklin like that, he should be sat in a dark room at the table with a Jameson's in hand. I just think that would add something to it. I think that would be really cool.
Like the video
like the original promos, original promos when he came in.
Yeah, and like the video package they did for him when he's officially joined to Blacksmith of Pearl now.
That was announced as well. Yeah,
that was fantastic. I loved that video was brilliant because it reminded me of when we first saw it. It was like the original promos from Steve Macklin. It was just so good. It was just,
they were fantastic. They were fantastic. Now, last night, Fulton also appeared, obviously the Madman himself, on AEW Dark in a multi-man match. Now, Fulton, he's looking fantastic, and it's great to see him getting a few opportunities now. We're starting to see a bit more of him, I've got my thoughts on Fulton as well. I mean, like I say, he had a good showing last night on Dark. Now, this ties in quite nicely on my thoughts on obviously this segment that happened on Impact last week, where we get a hard-hitting first ever match between Sami Callihan, Eric Young, that leads to obviously a mass ring invasion from VBD. And then, of course, we get the reveal of the two brand spanking new members after an incredible beatdown on Sami, being obviously Big Con and Alan Angels. Now, what are your thoughts on the reveal of these two brand spanking new members of VBD? And do you think that it's time that Sami brought back OVE?
I was so shocked when I found out about that Big Con had returned, and I was expecting that if he was ever to come back, it would be another one-off appearance. I didn't ever think he'd come back to be in a faction. That was amazing. And to see Alan Angels again, that was fantastic. So that made me. I watched it all last night, but and even just watching the highlights on Twitter and that made me like, oh my god. But when I watched it last night, I just couldn't believe it. All I can say is, where the hell was Rich Swann? Where Sammy came out and saved his ass. Where the fuck was Rich Swann? Come home, Richie, come home.
Yeah.
Even Madman Fulton and Jake Chris, like they backed me up when I said that to him earlier a couple of weeks ago. Come home, Richie, come back to Ohio. But Fulton and Jake Chris, if they could come back for OVE,
that would be amazing. There is a version of OVE that could come back, and that, like I said, Jake Christ.
I know you've called for it as well on Twitter.
Just
so
come back. I have called for it. But this is what you have to think about, okay? Think about this. Also, Sammy has a big connection, obviously, with the Rascals. So could we see Jake Christ, Madman Fulton as OVE as such, and then we see the Rascals come in to help as well with Myron Reed and Zachary Wentz? Just my thoughts here. Trey joins the fight. We get. Can you imagine the matchups between those two groups, right? Imagine it. Alan Angels, Trey Miguel, Diener, Alan Angels versus Jake Chris, Madman Fulton, Big Con versus Fulton. I mean, we could book this shit all night.
Yeah. You'd have the tag team division sorted just with like those 5 guys.
Mate, you could just, honestly, Fulton and Jake Chris as a tag team would be phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal, right? You stick Alan Angels and Big Con as a tag team, stick them against Jake Christ and Madman Fulton. You've got a banger. You've got an absolute banger pay-per-view quality match right there. Right there. And that's before we've even started talking about Sammy. Well, there's Big Joe coming back in future, hopefully. But that's even before we start thinking about Sammy and Eric getting involved. Maybe maybe Myron Reed and Vince and you know what I mean? And I mean, imagine Angels, Trey Miguel, Angels, Jake Christ, Angels, and Diener. Angels and Diener, right, versus the Rascals.
That would be amazing.
Come on.
Imagine if Jake something was to come back as well. If say Fulton couldn't,
there would be another one.
If we get Jake something instead, that would be amazing.
That would be amazing as well. And I had a thought, and I mentioned this to you earlier, Joe, off air. That could you imagine if Sammy brought in the former Alexander Wolf? Can you imagine that?
Yeah,
as a former Insanity member to go against Eric Young.
Yeah, that would be amazing. That's when you mentioned that to me. I find that got me thinking about Jake something as we were talking about it now. Because Dina turned on Jake something, and because of Dina, Jake something eventually ended up leaving after losing to Trey Miguel. So it would be like bittersweet that way too. It would just be so amazing. And Bonus Baby here is suggesting that possibly John Moxley.
Yeah,
if the switch,
conspiracy, maybe if
that would be amazing, even for a one-off to get him. I'm pretty sure.
But again, you got to remember, you have to remember that VBD is getting bigger, right?
Yeah.
Not only have they got the unveiled members now, so we've got Diener, Eric, Big Con, and Alan Angels. We've also got all the blue hooded minions as well.
Yeah.
So they're a big old faction. They're going to need more than just John Moxley.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, and that's what I'm saying. We need to bring in, like say the former Alexander Wolf. I've forgotten his name. Is it Tishoff? He was at Wrestle Carnival, wasn't he? Axeman. Axel Tishoff. Yeah, Axel Tishoff. Then you've got, like I say, that's what I was saying. Jake, Jake Chris would be fantastic. I mean, he's in a phenomenal shape. Earlier tonight, I saw Brian Cage calling Jake out.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that too. That would be a fantastic match. I'd love to see that. Brian Cage said to Jake Chris, "You're in such amazing condition. Let's get someone up there to book us two together in a match."
Exactly. And straight away, Sammy was all over that. Wrestling Revolver was like,
That if that's what Sammy's tweet was about earlier, then Oh my God! Please let that happen, because that would be,
That would be just
Jake deserves
outrageous.
it. Brian deserves it. The fans would need it. The fans want it, and the fans need it. But Jake Christian, Brian Cage, they both deserve it because they are such amazing wrestlers. And
Yes,
they,
definitely. Now, listen,
the
Joe,
respect between the two of them is just amazing.
put up Barry Monkey 99. Put up Barry Monkey 99.
Yes, we have not seen Masha Slamovich, have we?
For a few weeks.
She had.
Could she be VBD? Could she come back as part of VBD?
I know she's had a match. There's a round on she had a match with Jordan Grace over the weekend. So it's like the third match they've had against each other now. But as far as Impact Wrestling goes, I'm not sure what's next for her. We've only just about found out what's happening with Killer Kelly, and that's only been with a promo. But
there you go. I could see a Masha Slamovich joining VBD. She would be, if a female was going to join Violent by Design.
Yeah,
Masha is the one.
Bring Masha into violence, but yeah, that would be perfect.
That's a great call, Barry. That's a really, really good call. I like it.
I would look. I could see it, and it would just click instantly. And then who OV or whoever they can get on, unless Havoc breaks away and then breaks into a different character altogether. Oh, sorry, Jessica. Sorry, breaks away and breaks into a different character.
I can't see that happening soon. They love her.
But she's so over as Jessica being babyface and being.
She's loving that.
Being sick.
Yeah, she's loving being sick right now. Now, guys, moving away from the VBD, where we're going to go with that storyline, which I think is going to just go crazy. By the time we get to Hard to Kill, I think we're going to know what the fuck's going on with that.
Great way to wind up the year with this storyline going. I think it's fantastic.
You're going to keep people begging for more. We've also got Myers and Cardona shocked to see Joe Hendry appear from a fridge.
Joe Hendry doing his inner Boris Johnson there.
I mean, what was that? What was that? And then, not only did he appear from a fridge, but he didn't even speak to Myers or Cardona. He talks to the championship. He just literally talks to the title. He's only interested in that. That's all he's interested in.
The belt's being ignored. The belt needs some motivation. It needs some parental guidance. Dad's more interested in the tag team titles.
Exactly. So, anyway, I believe in Joe Hendry. So I'm looking forward to seeing where that one goes. I can't wait for that one. Actually, I think it's going to be brilliant. Now, the next thing that we get as well is we've got Eddie Edwards and PCO go to war in the Nevada desert, leading to PCO getting buried alive. Now, a lot of people were raving about this. I thought it was a bit cheesy, actually. Personally, I wasn't 100% convinced on this. It was cool. It was okay for a cinematic match, but it wasn't. It wasn't for me on the. It wasn't on a par with some of the stuff that we've seen previously with regards to this kind of
especially with Eddie. We saw some great stuff with him and Sammy and Moose.
Exactly. However, I did like when basically PCO got battered with a spade. That was pretty cool. That was good. But then of course he half buries PCO, but he didn't quite bury him fully. But yeah, no, this is interesting. I mean, this is a very aggressive side of Eddie towards PCO, but I think that's the way he's going to have to be. But what's PCO going to do next? Where's this going to go? I mean, are we going to get a coffin match maybe? Or
I think we're going to get buried alive, I think, or something like that is going to come back for Hard to Kill. Like PCO is going to probably make an appearance for it's going to build up to Hard to Kill. This whole match is clearly going to go to that. But I'm assuming we're going to get a buried alive match as the final. Maybe a Monsters Ball or something leading up to it at Overdrive, or one of the last impacts before the tapings end in December. But hard to Kill. I can see it being a casket match or a buried alive match between Eddie Edwards and PCO to try and finally put it to bed between the two of them. But it's another rivalry that I'm glad is carrying on, and hasn't been vaporized by Scott D'Amore firing everybody or Vincent ending up in hospital.
No, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, we've seen some really good cinematic matches. Now, whether this is going to move on to more cinematic matches, I don't know. Or we're going to get more cinematic stuff, whether it be actual matches, but, more sort of kind of just like cinematic vignettes type stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not saying I didn't like it. I'm not saying
Vincent might come out and dig PCO up.
Well, you never know because he still hasn't turned up anywhere else.
Yeah.
He's just disappeared off our roster for now. But who knows? So we then get Moose versus Ace Austin. And I have to say, this match for me was off the charts. Okay. Both men went at it big time. Ace obviously picks up a big win thanks to Bully Ray's distraction in this match. But it was a big win for Aces over Moose. And I have to say, the match itself was fantastic. And of course, we'll talk about it in a second, but now this has obviously led to Moose versus Bully Ray at Overdrive, which I think is going to be a cracker of a match. That's going to be hard hitting, I can tell you that for certain. But are you on agreement with this one, Steve? Do you think this was a really good match? I know you're an Austin fan.
Oh yeah. Like I say, this match for me was one of the tops of the night, really. I mean, what Moose and what Ace could bring, and I think it was booked perfectly. We've been wanting to see Moose kind of shine again, and for Ace still to get the win, but Moose not looking bad. It was a great show, really, for both of them.
It's been a bangorama.
It is. And talking about Ace Austin, talking about the inevitable one, you need to keep your eyes peeled for later on this week when Bison sits down with the inevitable one himself, Ace Austin, for a one-on-one interview. Good 25-minute interview. You want to make sure, keep your eyes open for that one. It will be available on the Total Nonstop Impact Network later on this week. It's going to be a great one, so keep your eyes peeled, guys. If you've not already subscribed, get yourself over there now. Subscribe, give the bell a tickle, and you'll be notified when that interview becomes available. So there you go. Go and check that one out. Now, last week's main event was huge because it was basically, it was just an incredible tag match between, obviously, Frankie Kazarian and Josh Alexander versus Aussie Open. And then after an incredible match, it was Kaz who actually got the victory for the team. And then he takes a good look at the old world title, lifts Josh Alexander's arm, and of course, in a good show of respect, leading into their one-on-one match coming up in Overdrive in a few weeks. This was a really good tag match to main event the show. And I have to say, I mean, last week's show, just from top to bottom, was fantastic, right? It just flowed beautifully. And I remember getting to this main event and thinking, hang on a minute. It's like, surely it's not the main event already. Because everything just flowed so well. Really, really good show. So what were your thoughts on this one, Joe?
Before I go, Steve's got to head off. So is there anything else you want to quickly say, Steve, before you
No,
go?
that's fine. You're fine. Like I say, I just thought I'd pop in for a little bit and say hello to everyone. But yeah, you guys keep going. Yeah.
Okay. In that case, we'll hopefully see you soon. And wish you all the best, mate.
Yeah.
All the best. Take care, mate.
I'll try and pop back in at some point. But yeah, fingers crossed. Take care, everyone.
Take care.
All right, take care, buddy. Rest up.
Take care.
It's great to have Steve join us for a little while, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, live from his hospital bed. He managed to get through to us, which I thought was fantastic. So we appreciate that, mate. Look after yourself. I think looks like the whole of the TNI tribe wishing you well.
With dogs Susie's coming to wish him as well. Say hi to him.
There you go. Everyone's coming, getting involved. The mass dog Susie is in the house.
The mass dog Sammy and the little gremlin.
They're both there. Look at this. Look at them. How lovely are they? Now, what were your thoughts on this main event tag match, though, Joe? What were your thoughts?
This main event was absolutely amazing. And we say it about Josh Alexander every week that you would not expect a bad match from him, but this is just insane. As Mia's just brought up now, Josh Alexander is now the third longest reigning world champion. He's now overtaken Johnny Impact as on the night he was 1 day behind. Now he's coming up to AJ Styles' record. I think he's going to surpass the number one spot. I think after Hard to Kill, or come Hard to Kill, he will be the longest reigning world champion. Yeah. And I think he's probably going to hold it till February, maybe even possibly up to Rebellion, where we might see someone like Steve Macklin take it from him then. But
I think he is amazing. He is an amazing champion. He can work with anybody. And I just think that they're definitely going to give that to. He's definitely going to hold it. He's definitely going to hold it to be the longest reigning world champ of all time of Impact Wrestling, and deservedly so.
Does that more than deserve it? It's just amazing to he's the longest reigning tag team champion, and he is pretty much, and he was one of the longest reigning X Division champions as well. Yeah, in terms of a single title run, which is pretty impressive. And now he's probably going to be breaking the longest reigning world title. He's one of the best stars Impact Wrestling's had since its inception, which is
they've really built him up to be their champion.
Yeah, they've shown that there is still homegrown talent on Impact Wrestling.
Oh, without doubt, and he's the pinnacle of it. Yeah, Moose is another one. I think Ace Austin will be another one. So
Ace Austin, Chris Bay, Bhupinder Gujjar is one. Literally,
there's going to be loads. There's going to be loads of them.
Rosemary technically is one as well.
Of course. Yeah, even Jessica.
Yeah,
you could even say Taya Valkyrie, really, because although she had a pretty impressive career in Mexico in the Lucha Libre AAA, her character work and everything along those sort of lines has been built in Impact Wrestling.
Yeah,
like the storylines. Same with Deanna Prazo. Let's just hope she stays as well. I think the future's really bright. I really do. Tasha Steelz is another one. Barry Steen. We'll see. We're just gonna have to see where it all pans out. But we've got some incredible talents on this roster right now, and very, very proud, very, very proud of them. And of course, you're right, Barry. The greatest of them all, Johnny Swinger. you guys swing, so it's going to be good. But we have got an incredible special set up at Overdrive next Friday, 18th, live from Louisville, Kentucky. We have got the KO tag titles on the line. Death Dolls versus Steelz and Evans. We've got the world tag titles on the line. Heath and Rhino versus the major players. We've got the final of the X Division tournament to crown the new X Division champion. Who's that going to be? We've got Bully Ray versus Moose in a grudge match. And of course, we've got the main event set, world title match, Josh Alexander versus Frankie Kazarian. And like I said, that's just for starters. We still got a couple more matches to go. But that is just that on its own. I mean, that's pay-per-view quality, right?
I love this.
You love these matches.
Did it play all the way through?
Some fantastic stuff going on there.
I hope that played all the way through. But did it? Oh, Christ.
I love this match.
There we go. I'll tell you what, we haven't had this. We've not had we haven't had an Impact Wrestling from the coach, have we?
No, we've not, and we've also not had this.
There you go. And you're right, Barry. Often the specials are better than the pay-per-views. You're right. But there you go. Courtney's predicting PJ Black versus Taurus for the X Division title final.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to Taurus and Trey Miguel, but now that we've been talking more and more about PJ Black, if he does seem more likely want to go through, but I would love to see Black Taurus go all the way through. I think he really does deserve it, but it's going to be Trey Miguel out of Mike Bailey or Trey Miguel. I think it's because it's just so because Mike Bailey's been so close to the top already, and it's just going to make his return to X Division title a lot more better.
What, right? I love Bailey. I really do. But, it was mentioned earlier in the chat. I can't remember who it was. But if Bailey wins, it makes no
pointless.
sense.
Yeah,
It was
I
a
understand that
pointless
fully.
exercise.
Yeah,
So
and
I think you might be right.
To have him go to the final then technically makes him number one contender. So if he loses now in the semi-finals, then that will make him like back in the line again, like with everybody else. So
I'm gonna go Mike Bailey, PJ Black for the final, and PJ Black's gonna win.
Oh wow!
There you go.
IMPACT WRESTLING!
I love that from the coach. Right, okay, so we then got what's going on tomorrow night, which is loads of stuff, really. You got the digital media exclusive match, actually, which has come out yesterday, I believe. So that's available now exclusively for Impact Plus.
Incredible match, guys.
You've got the UCW match. It's Gujar versus Great Tiger. I've not seen it. Joe is saying it's an incredible match. So Joe's recommending it. He knows his Gunyons. I suggest you go and watch it. If you haven't got the Impact Ultimate Insiders or you haven't got Impact Plus, then you're going to have to wait to the weekend before you can watch this one. But apparently it's a great match, so don't make sure you watch it. No spoilers, Joe.
No spoilers, don't worry.
We don't want Mir getting upset.
I will say this, you learn a lot about where Gujar learned his trade in pro wrestling. And like I said earlier, he's a homegrown talent in Impact Wrestling, and you watch it, you'll find out a bit where he learned to wrestle, and you'll see, Christ, he is a homegrown talent. Scott had his back.
Barry agrees that PJ Black wins and then reveals that he's in fact Johnny Swinger. Love it. That's a good one. Okay, so then we've got the BTI match. Now, this is interesting because we saw this one through a vignette get set up last week on Impact, and it's Killer Kelly versus Sandra Moon. Of course, she was the talent that was backstage having a conversation when Killer Kelly walked past. So, yeah, Killer Kelly versus Sandra Moon. I think we can safely say Killer Kelly's going to have some fun with this one. We're going to get some lovely sinister, we're going to get some lovely sinister smiles, and she's going to, some nice slow burning.
We love that. We love that smile, though. We love that smile.
Oh, we do. We love it. So Killer Kelly for the win for me on that one. And then, of course, we move into Impact Wrestling itself. We've got Gujar again versus the incredible G Sharp. Now, I've not seen this guy. I know that he's a Vegas guy. He's in and around the California area. Does a lot of stuff around that way. I've heard he's a bit of a badass. He is incredible. So this should be a really, really good match. I'm looking forward to this one. Have you ever seen G Sharp, Joe?
No, I've not. No. So I'm looking forward to this. It's good to see unknown faces come onto Impact Wrestling. It's one of the good things about it, and Gujar's a really, really big favorite of mine too, so I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good. I think I'm looking forward. From what I've heard, it's a great match, so I'm looking forward to that. We've then got the second round. It looks like we're going to get one second round this week, and obviously a second round next week. But second round next tournament match, we've got Trey Miguel versus Mike Bailey. As I said, I think Mike Bailey's going to go through because we're going to get PJ Black on the other side. If not, I'd be happy to see Trey go through because I love Trey.
Yeah.
So it'd be good to see both of these guys go through, to be fair. But whatever happens, you've probably got two of the best X Division style wrestlers in the company going one-on-one right now in this match. So I think it's going to be a cracker. We then got Joe Hendry versus Brian Myers for the DMC title match. Now, I just hope that we get a custom entrance. I really do. We better get a custom entrance. I've not heard anything through the grapevine, anyone that was at the tapings for this, but I really hope we get a custom entrance from Joe Hendry versus Brian Myers. I think it'd be amazing. Brian Myers for me is one of my favorite heels in the on the Impact roster right now. So we love to hate Brian Myers. And the funny thing is, I actually love Brian. I think he's a fantastic wrestler, and I love his matches. I always look forward to a Brian Myers match. But we need the prestigious one to walk away with the
we need motivation.
championship. He's gonna motivate the Impact faithful towards the Digital Media Championship, and we're gonna get some great stuff from him. So I'm looking forward to this one.
I'll tell you what, people have their doubts about the Digital Media title. Joe Hendry's the perfect answer for it.
He is the answer.
Yeah.
Isn't he? Joe Hendry is the answer. He's the prestigious one, so I'm looking forward to that. We then got Zicky Dice, or Sticky Rice, as I like to call him, versus Bully Ray. I don't honestly rate Zicky Dice's chances in this one. I think he's just going to get an absolute pain. This is going to be a squash match. I think he's going to get an absolute beating in this one. So looking forward to that. Famous Baby thinks that Joe Hendry's going to come out of the fridge to face Brian Myers. You never know, we may do. So I think that's going to be a cracker. That's going to be a squash match, and Zicky's just going to get an absolute beating to make Bully Ray obviously look good. And we've then got the last rodeo match of Mickie James versus Chelsea Green. And again, I think this is the one. This is the match that made people start to think that Chelsea was on her way. But hopefully the last rodeo will continue, as we absolutely adore Mickie James on here. And I think if we were to lose the hardcore country soundbite, I think I would. I don't know. I think I just have to leave TNI if that happened. It would be my last rodeo, but I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't. But anyway, it's
you are not losing that.
I think this is going to be a fantastic match. Look at him. He's taking forever. Like, I can't keep talking until you find the damn soundbite, Joe. Jesus Christ!
Good job, Scott. Good job,
mate. Seriously. You pay you pay peanuts and you get monkeys, don't you? You pay peanuts and you get
country.
Yeah.
This is sick. This whole place is going to hell in a handbasket.
Get him off our screen, son of a bitch. Anyway, we then got the main event, which is set to be Jordan Grace versus Giselle Shaw for the Knockouts title. This is going to be incredible. This is going to be absolutely incredible match. I'm looking forward to this one. As I said earlier, even Lance Storm all over the socials has been saying this is an incredible match to main event Impact Thursday night. So fantastic. And you're right, Bo. I just couldn't stretch any longer. I mean, how much further did I need to go before we could get the right soundbite? Crazy. Just can't get the staff bonus. You just can't get the staff, honestly. But yeah, there you go.
It'd be so much smoother on my desktop. I need to get a web camera sorted.
Barry's saying, look what Barry's saying. He's saying,
I know.
Carry on like this. Richie Tunak could be offering me a job.
Yeah, you know? Well, we got.
I mean,
Joe Hendry's doing the Boris by going in and out the fridge. So I guess it's a bit of it's the flavour of Westminster going around to TNI tonight.
It's happening. It's happening. It is happening. So anyway, guys, so don't forget. So make sure you tune in tomorrow night. Impact Wrestling. Obviously, if you're in the US, you've got cable and Access TV. If not, you get it on Impact Plus. I think it's about an hour or so after it airs. Or get yourself YouTube Insiders. You know, it's just over $1 a month. What is the matter with you? If you can't, splash out $1 a month, get on the Insiders. Get your weekly show every week. Half an hour after it starts on Access TV with no adverts. That's the best bit. No ads. It just flows beautifully. I love it. Because I hate adverts. I hate adverts.
You hate adverts.
Especially in the middle of a match. I just hate it. Drives me mad. But anyway, so make sure you tune in tomorrow night. And of course, obviously, you got the review show as well. But guys, that's pretty much about all we've got time for this week. But like I say, don't forget to tune into TNI Impact Review Show tomorrow night, live on YouTube and Twitch directly after Impact is aired, obviously on Access TV, Impact Plus, and of course YouTube Insiders. Please, and I better mention the Fight Network, I believe, in Canada as well, just for you lovely Canadian fans out there. I think it's Sony 6 somewhere else. I don't know. Anyway, just
Sony 6 in India.
Make sure you check out. That's it. Make sure you check out the review show.
Sammy's not the way
it's definitely worth it. Oh God. It's like I don't know. It's like The Shining or something. It's like The Shining in your house, isn't it? Something's going on every minute.
Sammy's
Please
not the
don't
fucking
forget. Please don't forget to head over to TNI Patreon for extra exclusive content when you sign up, and of course join our Discord where where we pretty much talk about everything Impact or wrestling related, as well as movies and other sports, etc. Well worth going and checking that out. All TNI shows are available to all of you listen on the go fans as audio only via SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to your favorite shows. We are there, so go and check it out. Where can we find you on the socials, Joe?
Welcome to the void. You can follow me on Twitter at JOK Empty Space, or you can jump onto Facebook or Twitter, look for hashtag empty space, hashtag into the void, or if you fancy to tick your taste buds and your sense of humor, look for hashtag Daily Giggle, but enter with an open mind and you just might keep your sanity. Although right now I'm trying very hard to keep it together before I burst out laughing.
You could tell this is live, guys, because some serious shit goes down every week. But there you go. If you're interested in finding out a little bit more about me, the Bison, you can check me out on Twitter at LordBison45. Pretty much where I do all my Impact related or wrestling talk. Go and check me out on there. I'm getting so close to 2,000 follows. Please let everybody know about the Bison. And of course, also make sure that you follow Total Nonstop Impact at We Talk Impact. Make sure that you do that, obviously, on the socials as well. Available on the gram, on the Facebook, on the Twitter sphere. That's where we are at We Talk Impact. Go make sure you do that. And of course, please take the time to help us out by moving up the rankings on YouTube by giving this video a thumbs up. Right? It's very, very important we get the thumbs up. And if you're new to us and you like what you see, please consider it in that subscribe button. And don't forget to give the bell a tickle, a squeeze, and of course, a smash to never miss any of the great content coming out each and every week from TNI-UK and the US teams. And of course, now, newest members of the TNI roster. Okay, Joe, tell them what it's called again. I keep forgetting. We Talk Indies. That's it. We Talk Indies. That's it. Don't forget, go and check the We Talk Indies guys out. They've started this week. Episode 1's out. Did a fantastic job. Go and check them out. Welcome to the family, guys. I shall say it again. Welcome to the family. Actually joined us for a little bit earlier, which was nice to see. Thanks for the support. We appreciate it. Make sure you go and check that show out. It's pretty good. Now, guys, with all of that said, I've been Bison. And obviously, this has been The Joker. And this has been episode 108 of Impacted. Is he going to get it right? Take care, everyone.
Take care, guys. Much love to the TNI tribe.
We're Bison! We